Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, March 13th, 2023. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. But before we get to that, just a quick reminder here. I will be out of the office the rest of the week, and this will be the last pre-market video available until next Wednesday, March 22nd, as I will be out of the office. So last pre-market video until next Wednesday. All right, here's a look at the ES. Again, very heavy selling pressure here prior to the RTH Open over the last several hours. Really, since the London Open, this thing has been selling off from around 39.60s all the way back to recent lows here ahead of the RTH Open. Again, quite a bit of selling pressure due to SVB bank collapse, basically, and then again another bank over the weekend, and again, the whole banking getting hit. And in this way, again, this market was already building for some sort of weakness. We talked about it during the monthly market outlook on March 1st. March 1st being right here, and mentioned even if we rally here, this is going to be an interesting spot right here, because if we turn down here, we could be looking at a return back to the previous year's close, but we could also be looking at a violation here, a breakdown that takes us much lower. Remember, we have quite a bit of compression here built up, and the idea is that we have more downside that could be ahead, especially if we start to take out recent support. The one thing here is this hit right there, that rejection off the previous month's close price is pushing price down. We're here at the previous year's close, previous quarter's close, and below that you have nothing but the previous low down here, 35.02. So this is going to be an important area here. Does price start to push through not only 38.50, but you got to get through 3800, right? We have the 400 point distribution, 3800 to 4200. Below that you have 3800 to 3400. So that's the next distribution down. So right now still trending downward. Any bounce could still be sold until proven otherwise. And again, in a downtrending market, you look to sell into strength here. You also look to fade the previous session's highs. You tend to fade the previous week's highs, previous months, etc., as you continue downward. If we take a look here at the NQ, you'll see again quite a bit of selling pressure here in pre-market trading. You had a high above the 12.2s. And then the market started to drop back down to the previous close here. Still a downtrending market here. This 12.4 rejection off the previous month's midpoint, significant. Failed new highs across the way as this thing trends down. Right here, sitting on that 11.9 level and nothing below it until you get to 11.040 here. So it could be a significant continuation down to go find the previous year's close. And right now, again, this thing's building up a bit of energy up here, and soon we could be looking at a steady continuation to the downside. So a failure through recent lows here, 11.8, could open up a return not only to the next near-term support level down 11.6, but also down to 11.040 up ahead. Taking a look here at crude oil, this one's down 5% today, a huge continuation to the downside. Stop run day down, starting with a failed new high up there. That reaction right now is taking us back toward the bottom of the range. We talked about before how this had been developing kind of higher lows here, but now we've taken it down and we are now back to the rectangular support level around 72. That's where we bounced before, here, and there. A big high range day down toward the bottom of the range. We've seen this movie before. And then the tendency is for a smaller digestive day here the next day, and then a bounce back up the range. We're still in this range until proven otherwise. A failure would open up, you really need to really push through this bottom. You need a day like this to go through the bottom here in order to really trigger that expansion to the downside. So as of right now, the idea is to allow this day to play out here and then begin to look for signs of a fade back up toward the middle of the range heading into the rest of the week. So tomorrow could be a fade after trend day like this, or even that, where the next day you start to fade the previous session's low and you make your way back up toward the range. So again, keeping an eye on 72s here. Failure to hold 72 would be significant. Another one that's having a pretty significant day here is gold. Gold had a big day up here, and again, you have a good old-fashioned bank run. You likely see gold rally in that type of market here, and that's what we've seen, a big push back above the 1860s and now back to 1900. But this is a big important spot here in the chart, 1900 as a round number. 1900 is where it was trying to hold here but failed and made it resistance and dropped away from it. So this recent double bottom has gotten us back. This is going to be an important zone. Does it fall back into the range, or how does it play out from here? 1900 can be an easy key level to continue to watch as a round number. But right now, again, for the most part, this market here has turned down off the 1960, got back all the way to the 1830 previous year's close, and we could still be stuck in this zone. So if this thing can continue to push through 1900, we have 1960 that may still be ahead as this market remains in this range. Taking a look lastly at the YM. The YM here showing quite a bit of weakness here as well prior to the RTH open. This one is more significant in its failure here. You see the compression that it built up, you see the big rounded top, and then you saw the outside reversal here, the downside break through the 32.5. And now here in overnight pre-market trading, you see a failed new high develop, you see a rejection here developing off the previous low and close of the month. This is a big time level right here, because a failure to reestablish acceptance back above 32.7 suggests we are now seeing full-on downward expansion. And this huge rounded top, the one we've been quantifying for the last couple of months here, this one has enough energy to easily get you to the edge. Remember, there's about 4,000 to 5,000 points of energy in here, and if we're already breaking to the downside, we're likely making a move to the edge. So a big time continuation could be seen ahead throughout the course of the week. Perhaps 31K could be in play if we start to see some big time push through the CLV and below. So a key level here to continue to watch heading into the new week of trading. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out the rest of the week. Again, this is the last pre-market video here until next week. All right, everyone, have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the room. Take care.